Hello, welcome. This is Real Talk with Anne, and today we continue our conversation on hallmarks of toxic relationships. Today we are going to talk of the sixth hallmark of toxic relationships, which is the cycle of abuse. The first phase is the tension building phase. This is usually the longest phase, and as the name suggests, during this phase, tension continues to build. The next phase is the incident phase. Tension having built, it gives way now to an incident, and so we call this the incident phase. That is the second phase in the cycle of abuse. Now, what happens after the tension building phase? The tension building phase leads us to the incident phase. Tension explodes into an outburst of abusive behavior. This phase can be intense, shocking, and often frightening for the victim. It takes different forms, ranging from verbal to physical abuse. It takes the victim by surprise because remember, this is a victim who has been trying to contain matters. This is a victim who has been trying to ensure that the matter does not escalate to reach to this level. If it is a lady, she's been walking on eggshells for days. She has been choosing her wants carefully, serving dinner on time, making the house spotlessly clean, even rehearsed her smiles in the house, and when talking to her partner, lowered her voice and cancelled plans, stayed silent when abused, and all this trying to keep the tension down. Think of that young man. That man who was trying to be at home in time, that man who keeps his phone without passwords, who explains each and every bit because he can sense some tension is building up. He's trying to quell it down. He comes early, he provides, he gives money, even helping the relatives of his spouse and putting in time, strength, energy, everything. But nevertheless, it still escalates, and so it leaves the victim in deep shock, and it plays out as a trigger explosion, and then we have what we call the controlled fallout. And what happens during the trigger? The trigger is often something small, something like a misplaced item and delayed response. It is something that you cannot imagine can trigger the kind of explosion that comes from there. And this is what sets off the abuser in motion. It is not about the trigger, it's actually about control. We have to understand this, that the abuser is seeking to get control. So no matter how small the thing is, something like the victim delayed arriving home because there was traffic jam. And when the victim comes, parks their car, as they enter into the house, they find the abuser ready to explode, accusing them of cheating, and that is why they have come in late. And the abuser is not willing to listen to any explanation about what happened. If the explosion can be physical abuse, it can be emotional abuse, it can be financial abuse, it can be digital abuse. When it comes to physical abuse, someone may hit you with an object. They may slap you, push you against the wall, throw you down. These are physical things that can happen, and in the extreme, we have people using knives and pangas. When an incident is happening, it is dangerous. Emotional abuse involves yelling, insults, humiliating words, someone calling you and accusing you of things that you are not aware of, but things that will deeply cut you. Think of someone telling you, and even these children, I'm going to do a DNA to find out whether they are mine. They have already accused you of cheating. They are taking it to another level that now even children, I'm going to do a DNA. Such incidents, such outroar. Financial abuse, someone withholds money that you had planned maybe to pay for your graduation, and now you cannot graduate because out of this incident they said, even the money that I was to give you, I am not going to give you. They take the car keys and confiscate them. They take your phone, smash it, and hit it against the wall. We are talking of an incident. And there can also be digital abuse where someone keeps sending you so many texts. I mean, they fill your phone with an avalanche of text messages One text after another, even before you reply, one text after another, all this accusing you of things that you have not done, and even tracking you and making threats online. All these are incidents. The explosive phase now leads to the fallout because the victim now feels fear, the victim feels confused, the victim feels guilty, the victim feels ashamed, and at times the victim is in pain. They have been slapped across the face, they have a red eye, they do not know, when I go to hospital, how am I going to report this? Shall I say it was domestic assault? If I report that, then he may be arrested, she may be arrested, and they want to cover up things. Remember, this is a shameful thing. This is something they have been avoiding, and they do not want the people to know. So during the fallout phase, we call it controlled fallout because they yet cannot believe what has happened. There is fear, there is confusion, there is guilt, there is self-blaming. And so even the way they report the matter, they keep hoping that the person next door does not hear or know what is happening here. And I want to say to us that, friends, the incident phase takes the shortest duration. It is the shortest phase of the 4 phases in the cycle of abuse, and it is a devastating phase. It is the phase that many people remember. It can last for minutes, it can last for an hour, but it really goes beyond a few days. And this brevity makes it confusing because the person says it was such a short interview. And as many people love to say, I do not know what demon were in him at that time when he did this. So the people want to treat it as if it is something that is passing, it is something that just occurred within such a short time, and they keep saying, tomorrow things will be better. During this time, as you know, we live in the information age. I want you to know, my friend, that the victim and also the abuser do not keep quiet. They keep posting these things on their social media. They speak it out when they meet with people, but they use coded language that you may not understand. I want to share with us some of the posts that have been known to be shared by victims in the cycle of abuse at the incident phase. You'll find victims posting things like, some wounds cut deeper than once. Some wounds cut deeper than once. When you see that, incident phase alert. You think you know someone bad? That's another thing they post. When trust is broken, everything changes. When you see such a post, realize that this is a person now who is saying this cycle is repeating itself. That's not a person in the first cycle, that's a person in the 3rd or 4th cycle. And they are now slowly experiencing some awakening, but it has not come full throttle, it has not loaded completely, though they are still awakening. Those kind of posts, sometimes you just want to leave and never look back. Those are posts of a victim who is tired. And by the way, even the abuser is also on their phone, and they are posting things, and they post things like, everyone makes mistakes, but some people love to hold grudges. If you hear such a conversation or you see such a post, incident phase alert. At the end of the day, I want someone who understands me. Those are the kind of posts the abuser uses. Another one. Funny how people forget every good thing that you have done for them, only remembering a short instance. More things can be handled by people who understand. Such posts, be alert. That kind of language, it tells you that someone is in the incident phase. So the incident phase is like a storm. It is sudden, it is destructive, it is disorienting, to say the least. It is the phase people tend to remember most. It is the phase that people wish the person next door never had. And if you have children, it is the phase that you wish the children never witnessed. It is the phase that if given an opportunity to end it and delete your life, you would end it and cut it out and throw it out. And this is where the cycle tightens, setting up for the honeymoon phase, which we are going to discuss next.